What's good, Who Dat Nation, man? Hey, we're about to cover this preview for Week 3 against the Packers, man. Our Saints are going to be taking on the Packers in Lambeau Field, man. But guess what? We're going to go over the injuries. We're going to go over my thoughts on what I think, is going to happen, what we got to do to win as well. So make sure y'all stay tuned. And guess what? We're going to have the lines open tonight. And by the way, um, tomorrow's my birthday. So guess what? Let's bring it. Keep sharing this. Share it out. Let's get 100 and plus people in here tonight. Come on, we can do it for my birthday, right? We can get 100 plus people in this damn thing tonight, right? Can we? I think we can, y'all. But let's get straight into the video.
You can't see us, our time is now. Ain't going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Cameron Jordan on the field, about to take a QB soul. Ever Camaro break a tackle, so you know he bold. Mike Thomas catching everything, so you know he cold. He talking Byron Matthew, he talking Marcus May. We in the backfield, we gon' make 'em pay. Them boys hitting hard, they need an X-ray. Yeah. We talking black and gold. 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 Straight to the Super Bowl. Your time is up. Our time is now. Say hoodie, you can't see us. Our time is now. Woo. Hoodie droop in the building. We shining now. We shining. You can't see us. Our time is now. You heard me? Your time is up. Our time is now. Woo. You can't see us. Our time is now. Say hoodie, hoodie droop in the building. We shining.
Here he is, Hoodie Juby.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Hoodie Juby, and we are back with another live podcast. And for those who don't know, y'all will know, there's no YouTube without your boy, Hoodie Jube, y'all. I hope everybody's having a great night because I know I am, man. I got to celebrate my birthday tonight. Had a little great dinner with the family and the friends. That was fun. And now I get to go live with y'all as well. So it completes it, makes it a perfect night for me. But my birthday is actually tomorrow night. So everybody who gave me those birthday wishes, I appreciate y'all as well. But like I said, if y'all don't mind, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and also turn your notification bells on so you don't miss out on any of the great videos, all our podcasts that we do on this channel. Also, thank you, Big Q, for letting us use your channels on Thursdays. So that's why I'm over here. Y'all see me over here on the Pro Media Network every Thursday night. So make sure y'all subscribe to the Pro Media Network as well if y'all are not subscribed to Big Q's channel as well. We also have memberships, the Pro Media Network. You can join his memberships over there. And also, I got memberships as well, low as $1 if y'all like to come chat it up and support your boy, as well. And by the way, my members do have chances to win cups. I do have some Saints Cups giveaways coming up soon as well. But before we get into the video and talk about the preview and everything, I want to give a special shout out to everybody that's here so far. So let's give a special shout out to everybody. We got my boy UST, which is Uneducated Sports Talk. Who that to you? We got Trav504. Who that to you? Said happy birthday. Thank you, Trav. Thank you. Keeping it real. Who that Sports Podcast? Who that to you, Dolph? He said, happy birthday, Hoodie. I appreciate it, Dolph. We got T Mama in the building. How you doing, T Mama? Who that to you? We got Jerry, the old freaking G, and he said happy birthday as well. Thank you, Jerry, for the birthday, man. We got little Mikey in here, and he said happy birthday as well. Thank you, Mikey. We got, let's see, we got Tidra Covington. Who that to you? Thank you for the birthday as well. We got Kai the Great in the building. Who that to you? And thank you for the birthday wishes as well. We got Eric Howard in here. Who that to you? Who that? We got Big Daddy Juby in the building. Who that to you? We got Troy Thompson in the building as well. Who that to you, Troy Thompson? We got JT. Blessing to you, and thank you for the birthday, my man. Thank you. Who else we got up in this thing? As this thing's trying to scroll down. We got Robert Clark in the building. Who that to you? Let's see who else we got. Anybody else? I see Pammy Wemmy's in the building. Who that to you, Pammy? Who that? And she's been a member for 1 month. Yes, we've been having these memberships, and she's a new member from about a month ago. So, Miss Pammy Wemmy, thank you for being here, and thank you for being that 1 month member. We appreciate you. We got Devin C in the building. Who that to you? Let's see. We got Real Fans Sports in the building as well. Who that to you? And thank you for the birthday wish as well. I see Jeremy up in here. Jeremy Bullard. Who that to you? Who that? Who that? Let's see. Looks like we got Kuda Ray Parker as well. Who that to you? Who that? I see my boy UST in the building with a $20 super chat bomb, man. I appreciate the super chat, man. He said, "Happy, happy, happy birthday, Hoodie. Let's get it rocking and rolling." Who that, my brother? I appreciate you, uneducated man. And by the way, I sent you the link. I know you said you might want to come chat it up a little bit, so I sent you the link to your Twitter, and also sent it to your phone as well if you want to hop in and come chat away with me tonight about this Packers game coming up. I see Gunham in the chat as well. Who that to you, Gunham? And you said happy birthday as well. Thank you, man. Thank you for the birthday wish, man. Appreciate you. And we got Anthony in the building as well. What's up, Anthony? All right, I think that's everybody for right now. So who that to everybody that's in here. I'm gonna try to give y'all more shoutouts as y'all coming on in. But let's get into it, man. So the New Orleans Saints are 2-0 as the Green Bay Packers are 1-1. We're gonna be traveling all the way to Lambeau Field this Sunday to go play them. Um, also, um, we won't have Jamal Williams or AK. Just remember, this is the last week that AK is going to be suspended, which means I think they said Monday he should be able to be back at practice with us. So I can't wait to see our boy AK back on the field after this weekend. But till then, they were saying that KJ Miller has been full to go at practice for the past two practices for us. And also, he was supposedly, they saying, he was probably good enough to go last weekend, but they wanted to play it safe just to be safe with him and keep him for his debut against the Packers. Well, guess what? Miller's getting the start, and he's going to have Tony Jones Jr. in the backfield, who also scored two touchdowns last game for us. Um, and those were his first two touchdowns in the NFL, and it was as a New Orleans Saint. So he's going to be backing up Kendre Miller, and also we're going to be probably utilizing, our boy Taysom Hill as well. You know how we did Taysom Hill. Everybody knows how we use him, and I was happy that we used him a lot more this game. And Taysom Hill did his thing, right? So it's going to be Kendre Miller's time. It's also going to be Taysom Hill's time. Might see a little bit of Tony Jones Jr. again. And stuff like that. So I'm ready to see what our run game is going to look like this weekend against the Green Bay Packers, right? Now, some other injuries. I mean, not injuries, but like suspensions. We had Marcus May, right? Marcus May just got suspended not too long ago, so he's going to be suspended for the next 3 games. Well, I asked, Ross Jackson's, and I asked other people who will start in that position. And then next thing you know, I got the answers all over Twitter. They were saying that they were asking, like literally all the reporters was asking, who will be taking those starting reps and who are y'all expecting to start, at safety, knowing that Marcus May will be out for 3 weeks. And they went on and said Jordan Howden is going to be your starter. So congratulations, Jordan, man. I heard you got a lot of starting reps. I heard they got a lot of trust in you. A lot of people say you know how to keep, calm when you're back there, especially being drone that. So I'm ready to see, what you bring to the table because a lot of people are hyping you up. A lot of people, even some Green Bay fans, were saying that they watch a lot of the Minnesota people. Because Minnesota ain't too far, and they said Minnesota defense was really good in college, and they said you was real, like one of the main reason why that defense was good because of you back there as a safety and stuff. So can't wait to see Jordan get to work this weekend as well. So he's gonna be another guy that you're gonna see new onto the field. And I already mentioned Kendre Miller. Ready to see his debut, right? Who can't wait to see Kendre Miller? We all been hyped about it. Was happy that we drafted a running back, and now we get to see what Kendre Miller has in the regular season because he gets his debut against Green Bay this weekend. Now, we're gonna get into the injury reports now. All right, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all, let y'all see the injury reports on what we got so far, and here it is for y'all. So for the Saints, man, tight end Foster Moreau did not practice Wednesday, but he was limited and was back at practice today. He's dealing with a little ankle injuries, but most people think Foster Moreau should be a good to go, most likely. Jamal Williams though got hurt in the last game against the Panthers, hamstring injury, and they saying he might miss a couple of weeks, to let that hamstring heal up to be safe with him. So it sounds like we won't have Jamal Williams for a few weeks. So Jamal Williams will miss this game. So like I said earlier, you're gonna be without AK and Jamal Williams. You go to Taysom Hill. They said, he's, not really dealing with the biggest. It was just a little knee injury. They just limited him, and he was a full go today. So we're gonna have Taysom back out there. Kendre Miller, though, dealing when he was dealing with the hamstring injuries, he had two back-to-back full practices. So, like they said, they thought he was gonna be able to go last weekend, but they just kept him as a healthy scratch, basically to be safe with him and wanted to start his debut against the Packers. And I guess that was a really good decision because, Jamal Williams got hurt last game. So now you got Kendre Miller finally coming healthy for you and gets to start his debut against Green Bay at Lambeau Field. So I'm ready to see that. And also, they added to the practice Thursday for limited with a knee is Ugo. So Ugo Amade, supposedly dealing with some type of knee injury, but he was limited as well today. Now, when you move over to the Packer side, right? That's the part I think the Packer side is what kind of gets me because they're gonna be without their starting left tackle and their left guard. And that's gonna be hard. So I mean, that left side's going to be very, very weak over there. Cause they said David, their starting tackle, Pro Bowl tackle, Mr. David is probably gonna miss a few weeks. They talking about. So we're probably not gonna get no David this weekend. They talking about Jenkins the same way. They probably won't see him for a week or two. So it seems like their two starting left tackle and their guard will not be starting, which means Carl Granderson and Cam Jordan and them should eat this weekend and get into Jordan Love. Don't forget Jordan Love can scramble because I remember in college he can run out the pocket and do those type of plays. So you do have to keep him contained in the backfield, but it shouldn't be too big of a problem for us to put pressure on Green Bay. Basically it shouldn't be that bad because you won't have their two starting guard and tackle on the left side, especially the Pro Bowler, Mr. David, right? Aaron Jones, he's been dealing with a hamstring injury. He hasn't played since week one. And it does say that, excuse me, he did not practice Wednesday, but he was limited Thursday. So they're saying in his starting, like him to start this weekend is going to be up in the air, right? So if he does come back, it will be him and A.J. Dillon. If not, A.J. Dillon will have to carry the load again for them, like he did last weekend. Um, their linebacker Gary, who's a really good, pass rusher, really good linebacker as well. Dealing with a knee injury, he's been limited so far this week. We'll see. I think he's still going to be a good to go. I think they just limiting him, making sure he don't over practice and over don't want to hurt anything because you about to play this weekend probably. So if I had to guess, I would say Gary. I would say that linebacker slash edge rusher Luca Van Ness. I think they both gonna be players that you're gonna see play. Christian Watson, man, he's one of the guys I got on my fantasy teams, and he hasn't played yet this season because of a hamstring injury, and he was finally limited Wednesday for one, but didn't practice again Thursday. So I don't know how severe this hamstring injury. We don't know. They saying Christian Watson is basically up in the air as well. A player that might play, might not play. But we'll see because you got to realize Christian Watson is their number one receiver, as well. Now their punter, um, Daniel, he had a little finger injury. He's been at practice full all week, so he should be a good to go. And then one of their safeties, Zane Anderson, it says hamstring. It does say he did not he did practice Wednesday. He was fine, but he didn't practice Thursday. So we'll see what this injury report looks like tomorrow at the practices and everything to see if anybody did not practice. And like they said, they are expecting probably David and Jenkins to two tackle and guard on the left side. Most likely will be out this game. So like I said, our pass rush should, like I said, should eat on them. Hold on one second, y'all. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to send an invite back to my boy, uneducated. Let me see. Give me a second. Let's see. Trying to get my boy UST on here. He's gonna come on and talk it up with me for a little bit. So give me 1 second as I send him the invites. Um, by the way, while we wait for this, tell me y'all. I want to know everybody's prediction. Put in the chat and tell me what y'all prediction for this game this weekend. Do you have the Saints winning? Do y'all have Green Bay winning? And depending on if who y'all pick to win, what y'all think the score gonna be? I want to know what y'all scores are gonna be before I give y'all my predictions and everything. So let me know. I would like to um I would like to know. So let's see. All right. By the way, before I get into telling y'all my key to victories on everything tonight, we do have our special guest coming on with us. And everybody should know this maker. He's been on my show a bunch of times before. He might not have been here in a hot minute, but it's okay. He's busy over there growing his channel as well. And y'all should know him. We call him UST, or sometimes people call him Carlos. And you know, got the best, co-host on the show as well. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know PJ's back there, lucky, saying, "Oh my, did he say the best co-host?" Yes, best co-host. I'm being nice tonight. I'm being friendly. So let's welcome to the show, y'all. Let's welcome uneducated sports talk and PJ.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Can you hear me, Hoodie?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
What is good, yo? First of all, man, happy birthday, my guy.
I
Much love
appreciate
to
it.
you. If you guys haven't, man, hey, first of all, check out Hoodie Juby's channel, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Show love, y'all. Who That Nation all day, man. Shout out to Pro Sports Media as well, man, for getting you guys on, man. And hey, it's a great birthday, early birthday. I know it's tomorrow. But shout out Who That Nation. What's good with you guys?
Yes. Hey, thank you for the birthday wish or whatever. Like I said, I got everybody telling me the birthday wishes and stuff because I wish I could do it tomorrow on my actual birthday, but I'm gonna be working, because all I do is damn work. So I got to do all of that. But I wanted to ask you, since you was coming on the show and we're gonna cover this week 3 preview, um, with the injuries, man. With Green Bay and with the Saints, you go look at it and you say, okay, they're going to be without their starting left tackle and their guard on that left side. So that left side should be really good for us. We should eat. Our defense been putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks, getting a lot of sacks, QB hits and all. But the question is that I'm hearing from other Green Bay, fans and YouTubers. You listen to their show. They said they think this game's going to be pretty even because they said what's been happening the last 2 weeks with the Saints. We've been allowing a lot of sacks and pressure. So, they got a really good front seven. So they can be knocking on the doors too. And the only thing is that I try to tell people is yes, we don't have AK and we don't have Jamal Williams. So now you got to rely and see what the new Kendra Miller looks like, right? With a Tony Jones Jr. in the backfield. And you're still going to probably toss that Taysom Hill package in there like we did, where he picked up, I think, 70, 80 yards last week off a few runs. So, he's still the Taysom Hill that we know. So we got to see what this running game can do this week against a really good defense in Green Bay. But then you got to look at them. Like I said, they kind of injury prone on offense too. So can they handle our type of defense that we've been doing as well? But like I told everybody, I think the one thing that I think the Saints have the biggest advantage on why I think we can easily pull off a win and beat them, by maybe a touchdown, maybe 2, 3 touchdowns if we really wanted to. It's because at any given moment, Derek Carr and his offense can start clicking, and we can do it because we got the weapons that can do it. Like you seeing all these big plays flashes happening, you see everything happening, but then you see him get sacked, and then you see him getting pressed and having to draw it away or draw it into double coverage or whatever the heck he's doing. But like that's because he's getting pressured and getting sacked, so much. And I said it takes one good game for that offensive line to start clicking, protecting him, and Derek Carr is going to start eating with this offense. So I said it takes that one game, and then next thing you know, we're going to be basically. I don't want to say the word, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We're going to be unstoppable with this defense and this offense because we got weapons for days on each side. So I guess the question to you is, with the injuries that are happening, especially around the league too. But with the injuries that we have, do you think this New Orleans Saints, still got the horsepower to beat our Green Bay Packers?
Oh, no doubt. First of all, this game is going to be close. I mean, even if we were fully healthy, this game is going to be close because this is Jordan Love's debut as the guy in Green Bay. Right, no matter, I mean, those weapons are far and a few right now because of Aaron Jones and the absence. And we have a look. What a perfect time to actually have suspensions and injuries, right? Because the Packers right now, week 3, not suspensions, but they're going through injuries as well. A lot of injuries to a lot of key guys. Um, but I think regardless, because we're still not clicking on offense, but you always see those, like you said, those quick glimpses of what we can do, as special as our offense is. Tough road game, but of course we won on the road against Carolina. And say what you want, but it's a division opponent, and they have a nice defense. But what I like about our offense is that we actually have the big play ability at any given moment because of our weapons. It's all about continuity at this time, right? Yeah, we seen in that game against Carolina just a few, like, just not on the same page. Whether it's Carr, Olave, Carr, Thomas, just a few things that if it worked, that's about 10 more extra points in that game where that game's not even close anymore per se. But good time for us to still be going through suspensions and injuries. Like I said, Marcus May's out. Kamara is still out due to suspension. But I mean, with them being injured as well, and having guys like their lineman, what's his name, Bakatari, he's still out. Uh, Obviously, they have Christian Watson. He might not play. Aaron Jones, 50-50 on his return. I mean, if you think about our defense and what they have on offense, their weapons, we will match up so well as long as we don't get bored. Marshawn Lynch Marshall Lattimore, excuse me, has that ability to kind of play towards his opponent. When it's a big game, he's on it. And when it's a game that's like, if your best player is Dobbs, the second year receiver for the Packers, he might come to his level. We hope not. But if everyone brings their A game, I don't see how the Packers themselves can get a bunch of yards on the run. They would have to do trickish plays, screens, quick screens to the wide receivers, to the running backs, like get their guys in open space. And even that is going to be tough for them because how good our defense is when we play at our best. And yes, this is it's a great time to not feel so bad about injuries. If this was the Buccaneers game for week 4 and we have the same thing going on, I'll be a little nervous because the Buccaneers also have a fierce defense and they just make plays when they have to. But right now it's on the Packers. The home team, the crowd is gonna be crazy. Jordan Love's first game as the guy representing Lambeau Field. The juice is gonna be there, but we also had that this past Monday where we had Bryce Young his debut, right? And we shut it down real quick. Our defense can be special. I mean, I'm gonna say it. Demario Davis said historically special. I'm gonna say the same thing because if you look at our schedule, the only decent to good quarterbacks to play, Trevor Lawrence, and Kirk Cousins. Outside of that, it's a bunch of 1-year guys, 2-year guys, 3-year guys, or non-proven quarterbacks. This week is another quote-unquote non-proven quarterback in Jordan Love. Although I do love how he's played the first 2 games, 6 touchdowns, no
I like how you
interceptions.
said that. I like how you
Oh,
said that.
yeah, I
Love,
do love, yeah,
love.
yeah.
I do
Pun
love
intended,
Jordan
pun
Love.
intended, right? Pun intended. I did a tip for that. But that being said, though, I have no issue. I feel really good about this game. Uh, we're not scared at the moment. And one, our defense, like we know we have issues with our offense, but the defense playing as good and as locked on as they are right now. And we're talking about fully healthy Demario Davis, Marshawn Lattimore. We're talking about Paulson Debo being that second guy, playing very well in my opinion. We lost Marcus May, but we got other guys coming in and fill that spot up real quick. And our D line, they're just getting better. The Brian Breeses of the world, they're getting better. They're fitting in just right. Granderson has been a monster for us so far. And of course, we can't forget about Cam Jordan. But when I say we have dogs on every level of the defense, if Aaron Jones doesn't play, because Aaron Jones is the one guy that the Packers really need to have in this particular game to make it close or even beat us in this game. It's got to be Aaron Jones. If Aaron Jones doesn't play and you have A.J. Dillon, I'm sorry, Dillon doesn't have the breakaway speed to get past our linebackers. He just doesn't, right? He's a good complementary running back towards Aaron Jones, thunder and lightning, right? But you got to mix and match him as you can. But if he's the main guy, the Packers are going to struggle against our defense. Now, Their defense is good, not as good as our defense, but their defense is good enough to stop our offense. But we also have the weapons that if things click, like we said earlier. I mean, once this team gets clicking, and it could be this week, could be week 4, week 5. It's going to click soon, though. And when it does, you got to watch out because this team is not playing no games. We have the weapons on there. We got the big play mentality. And it's always good to look sloppy and get dubs while you're looking sloppy. We're getting sloppy. We're
Hmm.
getting wins while looking sloppy. Our first two no stars since 2013. And don't forget, everyone's crapping on Derek Carr, and for some, rightfully so, when it comes down to his playmaking or his decision making in earlier in those games. But let's be honest, since he's been in the league, he's one of the best fourth quarter quarterbacks. All those fourth quarter comebacks he had in his career, he's up there like top 5 in fourth quarter comebacks, and he's he knows how to play the game in crunch time. And look, as you feed off the defense, here's a stat line that no one's talking about. Derek Carr's career in Las Vegas slash Oakland, when the Raiders scored 20 points or less, my man was 7-62. You hear me? 7-62. This is by far, by large, his best defense ever. One of the key reasons why he decided to come to New Orleans because he said, "I want to win a Super Bowl," and that defense is one of the reasons why. 7-62 as a starting quarterback when your team only scores 20 points or less. He is 2-0. He is 2-0 as a New Orleans Saint. We scored 20 points or less already. It tells you the difference between our defense and what he had in Las Vegas. And like I said, he's come up clutch already. So just imagine that in Green Bay now. We do know that when it gets tight, we have the ability to have these playmakers, Alave, Shaheed, even Mike Thomas gonna get it going. Hopefully, Thomas can get put in a full game for us. I'm expecting Thomas to get 9 or 10 catches in this game for about 87 yards, maybe 100 yards. But I expect Thomas, big third downs in this game. And before I give it back to you, man, the one thing I already know, Pete Carmichael, if he was a smart man, and I believe he is a very smart man, you're gonna see a bunch of Taysom Hill packages in this game. A bunch. I hope every third and one or second and one is just Taysom Hill. Because I have a feeling I had a feeling so much that I want to put in Taysom in as my tight end fantasy for this week because I feel like this is the type of game that Taysom he has in one or two like huge games per year. Last year against Seattle, I feel like this is that game for Taysom Hill to run roughshod. Not just running, but maybe a quick touchdown from as well, passing the ball. But I feel like, especially in the red zone packages now, you'll see a lot of Taysom Hill because I don't know if the Packers have the squad or the identity to keep up with the Taysom Hill. Not a lot of teams do, but it's really on Pete Carmichael to really make that package happen and stick with it for an entire game because sometimes he got out his head. But I like this game. I do. I like this matchup. And with the injuries piling up for the Packers, their injuries are more significant to them than ours are to us, right? Alvin Kamara, we've shown that we can at least win without Kamara, 2-0 so far. And obviously, like I said, May's going down, but our defense, Dennis Allen, he has the pieces to put anyone in place, no matter what. Plug and go for that defense. As long as you got that front four or that front seven dominating, it'll make your secondary a whole lot easier.
Definitely. I mean, and one thing that kind of, basically piggyback off of you about the Lattimore, because I remember when you was saying about, he can sometimes play down to his competition. But guess what? So far this year, I haven't seen that because, he played against D Hop for a little bit and then he went against some no names and he was guarding him. He went against Adam Thielen and some random people in there. He just did his thing. Like, I feel like he's in a different mood this year, a different mode. Like, I think he's tired of people saying he can't do this, he can't do that. And he's showing it that he's the best coverage corner right now. And to be honest with you, my top defenses in the NFL was the Saints, the 49ers, and the Cowboys. But Cowboys just lost Trayvon Diggs for the season with an ACL tear. So
Huge.
now I'm picking out Saints for the number one defense because yes, not only do the 49ers have a really great defense, especially their front seven is amazing. It's just their DBs are just not like our secondary. But I was thinking in my head, I said, if somebody asked me what two teams you will put together, shit, just put the 49ers and put the Saints together and
Mm.
put that same secondary with their front line. That would be like scary. So like I think Lattimore's on a different mode this year, so he's gonna help us out again this year. I don't think he's gonna just give up and just not want to play defense. Um, Another thing, a lot of people was worried about our D line this year. Remember, we wanted to see what was this team gonna do. Well, I told everybody from the first before even the Titans game even came. I said if the Saints front line can hold Derrick Henry to at least this 100 yards, and just hold the whole team, to maybe like 130, 140, just something like that. That will set the tone right there because Derrick Henry can go for 150, 200 yards on you any day because he's just a powerful runner. Well, guess what? They set the tone for this year because in that first game, you held Derrick Henry to 65 yards and held the whole team to 105 rushing yards combined. Derrick Henry gets that by himself, but you held the whole team rushing to 105, and that right there, I knew was going to set the tone for the rest of the season. It carried on to the Carolina Panthers. They only got like 100 and something rushing yards, I think, too. So like they doing so good right now, and I think the number one thing because somebody said this, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said it on Twitter, and I lost it. But somebody said that the Saints defensive line is so much different this year. It might not be big people names. It might not be an Arenado. It might not have been a David Adamano you had. But they said there's something different about these guys. They said they really great rotational players that
Hmm.
was overlooked because they were behind a Chris Jones. They were behind a Williams and what's the other guy's name on the Jets defense? It was Williams and somebody else that was really good on the D line. They were sitting behind. So Nate Shepard was behind him. Chris Jones was ahead of Saunders, so they were just overlooked. And not only that, dude, they so damn athletic. They not like those big guys that just sit in the middle and can't run. Saunders and Shepard showing their speed against the
Right,
Panthers, just getting right through
right.
the hole, getting straight to the quarterback, quick, going to the outside. If they drew a screen, you see all the big men right there, like, and that's what I like. Carl Granison, athletic and fast on the outside. Cam Jordan might be old, but he still got his speed. So everybody like this team is more just. I think the defense is so explosive. It's just like as soon as the ball is hitting that person, the defense is right there ready for you. And to be honest with you, it's going to get more explosive with adding a Jordan Haldine, a young Jordan back there with Tyron Matthews
Mhm.
now, while Marcus May is out for a little bit. And the thing I'm worried about is Marcus May might be suspended for 3 games, but what if Jordan just comes in and starts balling out? And then what you do? You keep him on the field? Do you let Marcus May come back? Like, what do you do? Because Marcus May is not a bad safety either. He's a starting safety in this league. So those are some questions that I kind of asked myself. But everybody put it in the chat earlier. Everybody's putting it all over Twitter saying it's Jordan's season, like to start loading now. Like he's about to have his 3 games to prove everybody, and a lot of people said he was the main reason why that Minnesota defense was really good too. Because he
Right.
held it down in the back
Yes.
over there for him. So
And
like, there's so many questions, man. There's just so many questions of what can happen with this defense. And you hear me talking about all this. I haven't even talked about our offense yet. I'm just talking so much about the defense because that's who's winning our games, right? And if the Saints defense just keeps up doing what they doing currently and just keep holding teams to 20 points or less, there's no reason why we can lose. Yes, the O line needs to get better to where Carr can have more time passing. But the Saints show you that if we hold somebody to 15 points to 20 points, we still can win games with just 20 points on the board. And guess what? Carr, they can all say Carr's mad. You can give up on him all you want. But Carr is a quarterback that can get you at least 20 points easily. The first game, we didn't get that. We had 16. But guess what? That was his first game as a Saints, and that man got pressure on half of his dropbacks. So that was totally different. So I said, wait till everything starts clicking. And oh my, USC, we're gonna be scoring some points and getting the ball back into our boys' hands easily. So I just can't wait to see. And I kind of want to move to the offensive side. But is there anything that you might want to talk about the defensive side? Anything I might have missed?
I mean, there's nothing really to miss besides the fact that our guys are like, you thought we were locked in before, but now, like, even the national media understands that we just didn't play up to par with our offense the last couple years. Ever since, let's say Drew Brees' last 2 years into now, right? Drew Brees lost the arm, so it was all about the defense trying to be our. That's when the defense really became our catalyst, right? About 2019 ish, 2020, right? Well, when that happened, we still had Drew Brees, but he wasn't the same Drew. So we didn't get a lot of love from the national media as far as our defense. And
Mhm.
now, the last couple of years, you look at guys like Trevor Simeon and guys like Andy Dalton being our quarterbacks, where these particular games we were losing the last couple of years. Now these ugly ones we're winning because we at least have a spark on offense for a second. It could be one play, one shot. We've seen it out the last 2 weeks now. It just takes one play to get us back in somewhat of a groove, right? From Carr to Shaheed or Carr to Lave or whoever it may be, right? Uh, but before we get into offense, I just want to give credit to the defense, man. Like these guys feel like now they have hope. There's hope. Whether it was Carr starting this year or Jameis starting, there was a renewed hope. When Jameis was healthy, things were looking good. Jameis just can't stay healthy. That's the issue. So that's why we got Carr. Well, with a Derek Carr, and things feel fresh. So now you're like, okay, even though we're one of the older teams, older defenses with Matthews and Demario Davis, and even Lattimore in the no in this sixth or seventh year now, we're older, but we're wiser, we're more mature, and guess what? We're hungrier because we know, okay, especially winning these first two games. Could you imagine it, the feeling if you lose these two games? Now it's a kind of a locker room divided. We doing all the work. You know how it is in the locker room when you're playing football. If the defense is really, really good, they're looking at us like, bro. So I like the fact after that first game when we beat um brain fart, whoever we beat the first game,
Titans.
Tennessee,
Titans.
Tennessee. I like the fact in the interview, Derek Carr was talking to the reporter, and then as he was talking, Demario Davis walks up and was like, "Hey, that's how you lead our team. That's how you do it. Because they respect that. We'll do the dirty work. We just need y'all to clean it up at the end." Do a little something, just a little something for us. So I feel like the defense now has that spark to say, you know what, we got this. Like we know that offense is going to put up something. Let's continue to do what we're doing, and that's how you share love across the whole entire Saints universe, from offense and defense. 16 points and 20 points, 36 points combined is not a lot. But when you look at how it happened, the fourth quarter, when you got a guy like Derek Carr who can make something big in the fourth quarter, the defense is like, you know what? We'll continue to bust our ass because we have a feeling this offense is going to go and have at least one moment to get us further in the game. But right now, defense on an all-time level, and the way that the schedule is set up, I mean, I don't really see a team really putting on big yardage on us. I mean, we have a game at home against Jacksonville, and then I think we may go to Minnesota against Kirk Cousins or whatever. But those are the two quarterbacks. That's it. Outside of that, there's nobody else. This could be an historically great defense, and we're just locked in. So I'm excited for it. The front four was the big question. They've been putting pressure. I'm never worried about Cam Jordan. The issue was, or not the issue, but it was Granderson. Could he make that next leap of being the starter next to Cam Jordan full time? And so far, he has done that. He has maybe not even think about our D and they got hurt in preseason.
Payne
Oh,
Turner.
Peyton Turner, yeah. So I haven't even thought about Peyton Turner since that week one match when he got hurt. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm like, he's the guy right now, and Breesy and those young guys, Saunders, those guys are big there in the middle. They're dominating as well. We've been historically good on the run game forever now, right? Besides those two wild games against Philadelphia a couple years ago, but I mean, outside of that, we've been historically great the run game. And
Hmm.
now you put him Lattimore, and we got our great safeties, Matthews back there, man. I mean, this team, you just can feel how good we want to be. And if you see that schedule, like I said, this defense is going to be top notch. I don't want to put that kind of pressure on them, like historically, that's a strong word, but I feel like just our schedule, we could dominate a lot of games.
Definitely. And I guess we can basically, move it to the offensive side now that, we even haven't even talked about yet, which is the crazy part because that's how good our defense is and that's
Yeah.
how good they've been, making us happy to watch and stuff. But speaking of the offense, man, before we even start talking about them, I do want to say something because a lot of people been hating on Carr. A lot of people has been saying, this ain't the quarterback. Like, why are you doing? I keep trying to tell people, first of all, bro, it's only week 2. That was only 2 weeks of football. Second of all, he's getting pressure almost every damn every other play. He's getting pressure. It's gonna. I don't give a damn if you passing Mahomes. Passing Mahomes getting pressure. He's gonna try to run, and sometimes he makes dumb decisions too because he's trying to make a play happen. Sometimes it's better just to take the sack or just draw it out of bounds
Hmm.
because of you could make a dumb play, and a lot of people get mad about that. And the other thing that I try to tell people that I've been arguing with people a lot. I said the way that we have Olave, Rasheed Shaheed, and Michael Thomas, how any of those people can come up clutch at any moment. Jawan Johnson, Taysom Hill. You got so much weapons, and you just waiting for that old line just to be better. Instead of getting pressure 50% of the time, maybe you let the defense pressure 30%.
Right.
The offense will score a lot more. And I try to tell people with the weapons we have, the only reason why I gave Derek Carr a C grade last week was because he came in those clutch moments and delivered again when we needed him to deliver those passes, deliver it. And I told people this: did we not improve from week one to last week?
Hmm.
I said I think we did because I think we found the end zone once, but we found it twice last weekend. And a lot of people are hating on him because he didn't have a touchdown, but he had a pick. But guess what? Guess who got you down the field to get into those red zones? Him and the long deep passes. And guess what we did? We gave it to Tony Jones, and we finally found the red zone. Right? Just because Derek Carr didn't find the touchdown in the end zone with his passing, doesn't
Yeah.
mean he didn't get us down to the red zone to get in the end zone with those plays. And I said people are hating and acting like, oh, he's not the best executor in the red zone. Trust me, we all know. We all want a goddamn touchdown when we get down there, bro. But if he gets you down the field and gets you in the red zone, that's showing you that he's still a good quarterback to get you down there. Doesn't mean you're gonna get in the end zone every damn time.
Right.
And I said, you're still getting points. You're still getting 3 points. And like we said, 3 points ain't going to win in every game. But when you got a defense like we have, you can win games with 3 or 4 field goals and 1 touchdown. You can easily win with that because that's what the defense do. They hold in the other team to no points or just field goals, field goals. So, like, we can always come do that. And I said, once that O-line starts clicking, you give Carr that time to pass, man, it's going to be a matter of time before everybody starts saying, oh, my God, Carr's a guard. Carr's the guard, man. Oh, my gosh. I told y'all he didn't have a defense and a weapons. I got receipts now. I've been taking screenshots of everybody I've been arguing with on Twitter. I
I
got my
believe you. I
receipts.
believe you.
Yes, I've been arguing with a lot of people about it. But let's get into the offense now. I just want to get that off my chest to tell people, like, stop hating on Carr. Like, give this man some time. It's only his second game as the New Orleans Saints. And you can go watch other people who are bigger YouTubers than me that explain to you, too, when they do film studies. Like, some of these receivers, like, they still new together. Like, some of them ain't breaking their route in time. They're not on the same page. But then when it comes down to the clutch moments, oh, they come in clutch. They making sure they're on the same page. And that's what I like so far. So that's why I told people breathe, relax. And it's not like we
Oops.
0 and 2. It's not like we 1 and 1. It's not like we 0 and 2. We 2 and damn 0. And like Carr said, I'm happy to be making my mistakes now and be able to clean that up while I'm 2 and 0 instead of 0 and 2. I mean, come on now. Just be happy that we're not cleaning up the mistakes and losing. We clean up the mistakes and winning. So now let's get into the offense. We already speak a little bit on Carr and stuff, but now we got to talk about our backfield. No Jamal Williams and no AK for this weekend because this is AK's last suspension, and then he'll come. They said he should be able to get back with the team on the practice field. I believe they said Monday, so that would be good to see. But till then, they're saying we're gonna have Kendra Miller as a full to go, and you're gonna probably have Tony Jones Jr. and a lot of packages from Taysom Hill. So with that backfield, man, what you thinking? Do you see Kendra? By the way, I went and got picked up Kendra Miller off the waivers, and I put him as my starting running back, and I keep getting the alerts on my damn app. You got running backs on the roster that's playing the Tyler score. Yes, I know, but Kendra Miller is about to be a starter, and it's his debut. He might have a big debut for us.
Oh yeah.
So
Isn't it ironic though? You saw in week 2 against Carolina that Carr looked a lot more comfortable as our running game got better. Right as the running game, whether it was Jones. Let's be honest, Jones' first 2 or 3 carries, he looked kind of sketchy. I'm not gonna lie, he was choppy at the line of scrimmage, like just real choppy. And I was like, "Yo, Tony, what are you doing? You've been with us like 4 years in a row now. You still choppy at the line of scrimmage." But then after that, he got it going, and when he got it going, Taysom Hill always had it going, right? But then they added Taysom Hill. You had it. You had a Jones balling, and all of a sudden the offense kind of settled down. Derek Carr said in his post game interview, he was like, "I just need to slow down." I need to slow down. The concerning thing about our offense is that it's more than one area. It's the O line. It's also Carr. It's also the decision making. It's also the knowing your personnel, not having that much continuity with each other. It's a lot. But the good thing is, even with all that BS going on, we are finding ways to win with that BS, like we alluded to. As long as it's, you know, we, let's be ugly now while it's early in the year, because we all know it's going to click. Eventually, it is going to click the more they get into it. But as far as the running backs go, we go as our running game goes. It's a blessing to have a healthy Kamara come out for week 4 against a really good defense in Tampa Bay next week. But before that, if we can get Taysom Hill, and I'm talking play calling is my only concern when it comes down to our running game and how effective we can be. There was a few times in against Carolina we went 3rd and 2, shotgun trying to throw that ball in Carolina territory. When you have that, instead of trying to go for the chunk play, if you can only get 1 yard, then go for it on 4th and 1. And hello, how about we pull a Eagles and just go QB sneak with the strongest quarterback in the league, which is Taysom Hill. Might be the second. Jalen Hurts might be the strongest quarterback. My guy's squatting like 600 pounds, but still, Taysom Hill is no slouch. That dude is a fullback playing quarterback, playing linebacker, playing cornerback, whatever. You know how it goes with Taysom Hill. But still,
Yep.
like 3rd and 2, if you're in enemy's territory, why not run that ball, right? Obviously, worst case scenario is you lose yardage, but if you get a 1 yard gain at the second worst case scenario, 4th and 1, you get him with Taysom Hill and you run that ball, that sneak, right? Stuff like that, it drives me crazy. If you know that your offense is still kind of shaky, right, with Carr and his confidence or his I'm trying to say him
Timing, I guess you could say.
timing, yeah, like him
But
and
like protection time, like
yeah,
he said, he even said it in the last game. Like I don't know if you heard his interview. He did say that in the first half, I was rushing things. He
yeah,
said, and when I came out in the second half, he said I slowed myself down,
yeah, right,
and that's when he started executing. That's why he remember when he drew it up in the triple covers, and we were like, "What the hell you do that for a pick?" He was rushing things. If you notice, game one, he ran out the pocket, tried to extend plays, and look for it. This game, he just stood there, and as soon as he felt that pressure, he didn't even move. He just kind of just like slinged it.
yeah.
Yeah, and like he said, he was rushing it. Second half, he came to himself and realized it. So what we need to do is to, if you're not gonna, that's how I feel. If I was Pete Carmichael and Dennis Allen, if I notice that my quarterback's getting pressure, like he got sacked 8 times already in 2 games. So if you're getting sacked 4 times a game and they putting a lot of pressure on my quarterback, then what you do? What is the key to thing to stop that pressure? Quick passes. That's what Drew Brees used to do. Quick passes, quick slants, quick do whatever. You got Michael Thomas, you got the slant boy, who everybody loves calling slant boy, even though he does a lot of different routes and still catches it on your
Gotta
boys
stop him.
anyway.
Gotta stop him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Do that. Do some quick stuff. You got a lot of it. You got Rasheed Shaheed. Um, by the way, what I really loved this past game, I don't know if anybody's seen it because I don't think y'all did because a lot of motherfucking people still complain about, oh, the Pete Carmichael's play comments dry. It's like, oh my god, no, it wasn't, bro. Like they did a lot of new things, and the one thing that I really liked from the past game was when they had Taysom Hill in the backfield. They had Adam Prentice to the left. Rashid Shaheed came from the left side. I think he was in the slot on the left. Came back, lined up into the backfield next to him on the right side, then went back to the left, like did like a little screen, basically to try the little hook route or whatever you want to
Right,
call it, the little like a screen almost. All right, and Taysom Hill faked it like they were going to do it, so the defense respects Rasheed Shaheed's speed and playmaking ability. They looked straight at him and forgot that Taysom Hill was that quarterback, and he said, "Psych, QB sneak right up the middle for our first down." It was like
right.
that was beautiful. Like you got the playmakers to do that, and like you said, on 3rd down and 1 or 2 or 2nd and 1, like you said, just pound it right up the middle with Taysom Hill, or if you want to, you can be really sketchy. Derek Carr is a bigger body. He's definitely bigger than and taller than Bryce Young, so he can easily get a QB sneak in, right? You don't have to put Andy Dalton in to, do a QB sneak like they do because Bryce Young was too small to do that for you. But I'm saying you got Derek Carr that can do a QB sneak. And you can easily put Taysom Hill lined up in the backfield. They're gonna be like, so are they doing a QB sneak or are they gonna hand it off or toss it
Right,
to Taysom Hill? You don't
right.
know what you're gonna. There's so much stuff
I
that they
just
can create.
I
I
just
think
want a little. I call it a little kiss.
a
Keep it
little
stupid
kiss.
simple. Keep it stupid simple. And like they make it much harder than what it is, especially those games where it's crunch time. Carmichael just drives me crazy, but when it comes down to him and his playmaking, like I said, 3rd and 2, the 3rd and 1s. Well, what do we shotgun formation for and dropping back trying to sling it? No, run that football. We've got the talent. Once our O line, because you know, O line's best friend is having success running the ball. They
And they
love to
did
go.
good.
They love to go forward. O linemen love to hit. They don't like to back up and get hit. Right? You want to
Hmm.
so get that confidence. At 3rd and 1, turn that into a first down. We haven't seen too many runs. What I did like was at the end we got a small glimpse of Hill playing running back.
Yes.
Not quarterback running. He was back there in the backfield running that football. I believe with just those 2 successful runs he had late in that game, I feel like we're going to see a lot more Taysom Hill playing the running back position in the red zone or in the goal line area, besides
Hmm.
just being the quarterback in there. And I'm fine both ways as well. But if you're going to have success, because no one in the league, if done right, heal that quarterback or heal that running back or heal anywhere, your focus is on Hill. Quarterback, you don't know if he's gonna run it or throw it. That's the big issue. I feel like he can drop back anytime and throw for 6, 7, 8 yards for a first down or 8 yards for whatever to get a good completion. Or in the backfield, he's the biggest decoy if you want to go ahead and maybe play extra or toss it out, fake it, and roll out to the right side or whatever you want to do. There's a lot to go forward to in that game. So I feel like when I say a Taysom Hill package, I feel like we're getting more than just the quarterback and going left, going right, draw, play the middle. I feel like we got him playing a running back this week. I feel like we got him coming in motion a few times, something like that, a little tricky play because we have to. Our
Yep.
O line is only going to get more confident once they see success, whether by passing or by running. And I think in this game, it's got to be by the run. And then when you feel like, man, we can run block anytime, it'll give you confidence to pass block as well. And like I said, my biggest issue though, is there's issues from everybody. Carr, O line, the chemistry is what I was looking for. I'm looking for the word chemistry between him and the receivers. The chemistry is just not there yet. But you got to know it's going to click sooner or later for this team. But the running game is a big reason why we
Hey,
should win this game.
by the way, speaking of that, the O line's been trash at pass blocking. They good and then they allow a lot of pressure. But the one thing I seen against the Panthers game, man, that run game was a lot better. You know, I would say, let's say they allow somebody to get in the backfield right when we hand it off, right? They might have did that maybe 10% of the time. 90% of the time, we was actually executing. And I'm not saying executing by like Tony Jones Jr. getting a big hole and wide open, but guess what? If you watch at the beginning of the game, especially in the first half, when
Mhm.
Jamar got hurt and Tony Jones finally got to come in a lot more, he was kind of like missing these wide open holes and running to his guards, and he only get 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah.
But second half, he finally started finding the holes, and it
Yes.
wasn't for no big game like a 20-yard run. He was just finding the hole to pick up that first, put his head down, and get the first. And that's all you need in this game. It's what? Hold on, let me say. Let me play it. What we got to do in this league? You just got to put your head down and get the what? The first down. Here we go.
First down, Saints. Move them chains.
That's all you gotta do. Is move them chains. That's how you win the game. Move the
Move
chains. Move
them
the chains.
chains.
Right?
Like,
That's all
it's
you
so
gotta do.
simple. Like these 3rd and 1s, these 3rd and 2s, it's driving me crazy. I can understand if you're on your side of the field, that's okay. You want to pass the ball, but on the enemy line, I mean, we had it like Carolina's like 43-yard line, something like that. 3rd and 2, and we decided to drop back, and that's a huge sack that we took as well because it kind of took out of field goal range or whatever. We could have got things going. I That's my issue, man. So I feel like we'll get things rocking and rolling, but I think our run game, if Pete Carmichael, and he's going to have to on the road in Lambeau Field, and you want to slow that crowd down. We're not too scared of the Packers, but I feel like if we get anywhere near a good start in this game, we are going to dominate. But it's got to start early and fast, and that's been our Achilles heel so far. Just not getting together in that first half, doing way too much, thinking way too much, which Derek Carr alluded to. Just thinking way too much, man. Moving too fast. I feel like this game We can really slow things down. I love playing on the road, especially when you're trying to find your chemistry. It's always cool because you have that camaraderie for the the last couple of days of the week that you're on the road. You're in hotels. You're not your spot. You got that kumbaya, my lord, and then you play that game because it's all for me, all for us. We're in it together, man. And this offense, you know it. You know it. It's gonna click. It's gonna click. It's a matter of when, not if. It's a matter of
When
when it's gonna click, right? And I'm not saying this week, but I feel like we're gonna get better from this week to towards last week. I feel like every week we'll get better and better and better. By week 6, week seven, that Thursday night game against Jacksonville. By that time, I feel like we should be on all cylinders
we
for that
should.
Thursday night game for week 7. You know, uh, but like I said, the running game has to start, and I think Taysom Hill is going to be the most important player in this game because a good running game does what, Hoodie? It shuts the crowd up.
It shuts the crowd up. It opens up more for
Yeah,
your playbook too,
you
like more
move that
plays you can do.
chain, you move the chains, then all of a sudden now you got to respect play action. You got to
Mhm.
respect, and Derek Carr needs that because we all know if Derek Carr gets a really clean pocket, he is dynamic as any quarterback in today's league. If he gets a clean pocket, we seen that bomb uh, to Shaheed. He had a nice pocket for about 4 or 5 yards. The 40 with the 43-yard they threw to Shaheed against Panthers. That pocket was clean. You know, you give him that clean pocket, at least 3 or 4 times a series, man, he's gonna eat some boys up. And
Mhm.
we're gonna find out though, man. And I think Pete's got to be more creative. And I like what you said though about the scheme, having Taysom and had Shaheed motion into the backfield and whatever, all that, and that's very unsaint-like because we just don't do stuff like that, right? But
Oh,
I
and that was
feel,
the other thing. Chris Olave. Okay, remember I told you receipts that he lined up, went out like that, right?
yeah,
But when they did that, and especially I don't know if you remember the Titans game, they did it with Chris Olave, lined him up in the backfield. What's happening when you put Olave or receipts in the backfield? The linebackers are lined up against them because your safeties and them are lined up on the other receivers
right,
on the
right,
line.
right, exactly.
So that's a misadvantage right there, and that's why. I love that play call because Chris Olave literally just did a Ava Kamara. What you call those? I never can remember the name,
For
but literally,
anchor routes,
it literally,
yeah,
you
yeah,
run out and you run back
yeah,
in. It's
yeah,
just
anchor routes, yeah,
yeah, angle route for the running back, right? The angle. That's what they did with Chris Olave, and guess what? He went up against a linebacker and he just outspeeded him for a first down. It was easy. It was like, dude, do some more of them plays. Dude, y'all got two species. You got Chris Olave, you got Rasheed Shaheed, and to be honest, if you want to bring up your boy Kirk Meredith from the practice squad and use him this week, he's a fast receiver slash running back that can do that too. So like, I think they got the weapons. They can easily make the plays, and they can easily draw up a lot of plays that can
right,
get us into the end zone for real. Like I said, we just gotta click on all cylinders, and we just gotta get the pass protection up there to where Carr can have more time. And by the way, just in case y'all want to talk shit about Carr again, I want to let y'all know one of the reporters put it on Twitter the other day. I think it was Taysom Hill. He said that Carr, um, time in the pocket right now, like like just to have like time in the pass before the defense gets there, before the pass rush gets there, it's only 2.4 seconds right now.
yeah,
He barely even having 2.5 seconds to even
right,
pass. That's quick, You say, hey, one, two, boom, they there. Basically, that's insane, right? And we're gonna keep covering, some more of that because we still want to cover some more. We're gonna get into the receivers, tight end room, and the special teams, soon, and then we'll cover it up. Make our predictions and stuff. But before, I just want to take a break real quick and tell everybody, because I didn't know this because it's not popping up in my damn chat, and it makes me mad for not popping up in the chat now. I'm kind of mad about it, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now. All right, so be kind. Thank you for becoming a member. She bought the $5 one, the max one that says black and gold to dead and cold. So, be kind. Thank you for becoming a member, and just thank you for being a supporter since day one. Be kind. You always been there. So, thank you for that. Also, Tramel Kellop. Everybody knows him as well. He was one of my giveaway
Molly
winners.
Mall.
He did the $5 max black and gold to your dead and cold membership as well. So, thank you for that. I see my boy Turbo in the building, man. Turbo joined and got a $5 membership as well. The max one with the black and gold bleeding to your dead and cold, man.
Turbo, what's good, baby?
Another person, by the way, I don't remember seeing this name ever in my chat, so maybe you came over from the Pro Media Network, or maybe you've been here and I just never seen you in the chat, and not my name, your name maybe not clicking with me, but your name is Miscellaneous Mel. You even got the $5 package. I want to appreciate you that and becoming a member. And Phil Guy 316, I remember you. You've been here for a long time as well, Phil Guy, and he got the $5 package. So all five new members got the $5 package, mass deal. And speaking of that, if y'all become members, I'm just letting y'all know we got a lot more of these coming, okay? But this one right here is my favorite one so far. It's so clean and nice. This right here is one of these cups. Comes with the straws, these nice drinking
Mm,
cups.
yeah.
Nice ones. This one right here is the cleanest one so far, and I love it. And I got the lady, Miss Carol, which is my mom's best friend. She's making me a lot more of these. I bought some from her, so she's making me some more of these, and she got some more different designs that she's making for me. We're gonna be using a lot of these for giveaways this season. For we can try to do maybe a giveaway. I'm hoping maybe every Saints game, and have a. We're gonna have a bunch of cups to give away. But this one right here is the cleanest one. If you a member, which Turbo, let me read it out. Phil Guy, Miscellaneous Mel, Turbo, Tramel, which is Mally Mel, Be Kind, Miss Megan, all the way from Australia, Below Zero, Anime, which is God of Creation, Derek L, Pammy Whammy, Real Fan Sports, which is Zach and Saints Doug. All of y'all that are members right now, thank y'all for being members. Y'all have an opportunity to win this cup for being my members, right? But I don't want to leave out my people that, or my subscribers that's been here since day one, but just might not be able to afford a membership. Just like I told people in today's world, I don't give a damn. Sometimes people can't even afford $1 a month because they need that dollar, to pay because stuff
Right.
is expensive right now.
Right.
Life is hard, so I understand. That's why I'm working two jobs to pay stuff off and to live happy with money and stuff. So I understand. So for those who can't get memberships, you also have this cup right here, which is a nice one as well for y'all. So I'm gonna do giveaways for my subscribers, but also give away for my members. But this is the catch. You are a subscriber and you're a member, basically. So you have two chances to win different cups, right? But like I said, if you're just a subscriber, you got a chance at one. But if you're a subscriber and become a member, you'll have a shot at two different cups. So you have two different chances. And if you're a member, we don't have that many members currently. I think we got like 10, maybe 12 max. So it'll be you got, 1 out of 12 chances compared to 1 out of over 1,600. So you have a way better chance of doing it. So I do want to thank everybody, for doing that. Said I wanted to take a break, introduce the cups, saying we got a lot more of these coming. And eventually we're gonna see how it looks because she's testing it out for me. She's trying to make me some hoodie Jew cups to sell for some merch. So that's gonna be fun to see how they turn out to see if we can get those rolling for we can get some merch. And I think Mama Juby told me the other night she's trying to get me some those hoodie Jew beanies that I've been telling her about for over a year, and I keep forgetting to get them done. She says she's gonna get some of those done for me to where I can get some of those out as giveaways and be able to sell those as merch. So like I said, we're trying to get into the merch stuff. I'm trying to get all that down. So I just want to thank everybody that does support the channel. Thanks again, man. Like I said, all y'all who are members, I just want to thank y'all for buying those memberships. Like I said, that means a lot to me. That shows that you care about me, you care about the channel. And no, I'm not saying because you didn't buy a membership, you don't care because y'all been here since day one. I'm just saying it shows that you love the channel and that you're willing to, pay for Esther. So I do appreciate y'all for that. But let's get back into it. UST. Let's get back into it and talk to them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get back to the offense, man. So, like I said, we left off with the running backs and talk about some trip plays and stuff, that they do with the receiver. But let's actually get into the receivers, right? You look at the Packers side, man. Their receivers ain't that good. Besides Watson is like their main one in Dobbs, right? But Jordan Reed is an upcoming star, I think, that I really like. He had 2 touchdowns against the Falcons last week. So he's a guy you want to keep your eye on. I did hear from Packers people, and they said Watson, they don't know. He's like a up in the air again. So if he misses, again, like if he misses this week, they saying that's their number one receiver. So you're gonna be back down to Dobbs and Reed, which I think our corners are definitely good enough to guard those players, because they're not like a Devontae Adams or a D Hop yet.
Right.
So we'll see. But you just go to outside, man. I'm gonna let you go over it first because I could talk for days about our receivers. But I'm gonna let you go first.
I tell you what, for their receivers, man. And we alluded to once again Marshall Lattimore and how sometimes back in the day he could play down towards competition. But we saw in that Carolina game where there is no clear number one, right? And
Your mama told me the H2O. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Look, look, this is what he said.
said you did a voice over the movie Waterboy.
Yes, I did. Mama
my,
told me.
my mama said,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, hey, Ray. That's a really good comment because the funny thing was you can ask UST and you can go ask my boy TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Go ask him. When I first started my channel, I met Big Q and him, and I went on State of the Saints podcast for the first time to go, meet him to tell him how I started my channel. How they inspired me to start my channel. People were in that chat going ham on my ass, saying, "You sound like Waterboy, God darn, like trying to make fun of me, right?" And guess what? Hey, they were trying to make fun of me after making fun of me, and guess what I did? I just laughed it off, and I said, "My,
Oh
my,
yeah,
my,
man.
my my mama told me, and I told him, I said, look, and look, and every day I'm trying to do TikTok, not trying to do videos on TikTok, but I'm trying to create my own little motivational, inspire, basically quotes of the day, and I'm about to put one out probably tomorrow or the next day that says this, and it means a lot, and it's a really good saying, okay? And this is something that I thought about. Haters are going to think that they doing something to you, but they not hurting you. What they really doing to you is lighting a fire and just making you even stronger. That's all I want to say is that haters can hate. They're gonna think that they doing the best and they think they're hurting you, but in reality, all they doing is lighting a fire in you and making you stronger. Unless you take it and you let it hurt you. But I don't let no bullying hurt me because, like I said, I always had this speech problem. I always had the way I talk, and people always used to try to make fun of me. And I didn't let them get to me because at the end of the day, it don't hurt me. I'm not saying Ray's making fun of me, but I'm saying I like the comment because I hear that a lot. Hey,
Yeah,
did you play a water bar? And I tell them, no,
man. You
no, no, no,
from
no, mama. You know,
you from Louisiana, baby. That's what it is.
that's the
But
funny thing.
buddy,
I ain't from Louisiana.
it is like you got it, man. You
It's
yeah.
that H2O. It's that
Hey,
H2O
the
down here.
reason look, the reason why I don't sound like a true Louisianan myself because I was raised in Anchorage, Alaska, my first 8 years of my life, well, first 9 years of my life. So I didn't have the accent coming out. Because I tell folks, once you get past like east of Lake Charles, once you get to Lafayette and Baton Rouge and New Orleans, you get those accents all the time. So yeah, there's a lot of folks like that, man. I was just raised in Alaska for my first 8 9 years of my life, so I mean that's why I didn't get the accent like talking about. So I get it, man. I get it. No, you keep doing you, bro, and what you got going on is awesome.
Yeah, Ray said H2O is better than haterade.
Oh
hey,
yeah.
it's good though. Like I said, Ray, I think you just messing with me, and joking. But like I said, if you are hating on me, it's not bothering me. Like I said, it don't none of that shit bothers me. Like I said, ever since I started my channel, all it does, it makes me feel better, makes me want to grind even harder to show you that you can make fun of me and do all you want. Because like I said, when I went on TJ Jones that night, I had maybe 5 to 10 people in the chat messing with me, joking about the H2O, trying to make fun of me. And at the end of the night, I gained 200 subs that night. So out of those 10 haters, I gained 200 subs. So I mean, my 200 is more than y'all 10. So, and you see me now, 2 years later, working on my way to 1,700 subs. So like I
Let's
said,
get it, baby.
that's what I'm saying. Like I just don't let nothing get to me. But
Oh yeah.
back into the receivers. I kind of cut you off. I'll let
No,
you get
no,
back to
you're
it.
good. You're
I
good.
cut you off because I seen that and it made me laugh about that. About asking if I played in it, the voiceover. Yeah, I did.
Nah, but going back to the Packers receivers, like their receivers, if we didn't play down against Carolina, we're not playing down against Green Bay. I can assure you that because they have as a younger nucleus a better receiving core than the Panthers do. But still, when it comes down to the wisdom of the game. Obviously, Carolina had D.D. Chark, they had Adam Thielen, they had some guys who are veterans. As far as the Packers, these have guys that are still wet behind the ears. It's about Dobbs and Watson being out could be huge because in this particular game there is no speed threat at all for this Packers offense when it comes down to receivers. And we're gonna sit back and we'll do what we do always do is play tough man defense. And Those will make it hard for those guys that got the line of scrimmage. I got a feeling. So if you are Green Bay, you're gonna have to win it via the running game. You're gonna have to win it with Jordan Love using his legs, I think, in this game, breaking containment. The one play that Bryce Young did that ran for like 30 yards when he juked out Marcus May out of the shoes for a second. Uh, Love's got to do a lot more of that in order to keep the Packers in this game because we're gonna lock up we're gonna lock up this team. And if Aaron Jones, we'll start running backs in a minute. I mean, well, not running backs, but if Aaron Jones doesn't play in this game, which I'm leaning on him probably not playing in this game because he's still he had a light practice today. They said I don't see how the Packers can score. I mean, they would have to literally score off their defense or put their offense in great positions from our offense, right? Like our
Hmm.
mistakes, we have to put them in great position. And if our offense doesn't turn the ball over in a crucial moment, I think we'll win this game uh, comfortable, not easily, but comfortable. And our receivers, though, let's get on us now. We our receivers are nice. I'm not worried about the Michael Thomases and the Alaves and the Shaheeds when he has his package that he comes in. I hope we see a lot more of Shaheed, uh, a lot of motions from Shaheed as well. A lot of us getting the ball off while he's still running, right? Instead of playing wide right or wide left and just going straight or double move. I like to see him in a lot more motions as well. To keep him running because he's a speed threat out of this world. Our biggest concern is our O line and our quarterback, quote unquote, our chemistry with our receivers. If the chemistry gets down between Carr and we saw with Thomas that slant play where the chemistry with the time was off between that. We saw that pass. It was a pass from Carr to Alave early in that third quarter where it just looked terrible. He threw it to his left, and Alave was there, but he was nowhere near the ball. That's called timing. That's called chemistry. That's easily fixable because these guys, well, Carr's a veteran, right? And then you have Thomas, a veteran. And then you have two special guys in Olave and Shaheed on the outside as well. Our receivers are there. They're gonna. It's up to Carr. It's up to the O line. The whole Carr. An extra second will do, man. Give us an extra second. Carr's a veteran. He's been there, done that. We've seen all his great games where he threw for 300 yards, 400 yards, right? In a lot of games, right? And you saw that if he gets a decent amount of time to throw the football, he's going to be fine. I would also like for us to kind of roll out Carr a little more, just to get him juices going, right? But our receivers, I have no issues with them. Michael Thomas seems like he's back. Not the Michael Thomas of 2018 and 19. That's not gonna come back anytime soon. But my God, that catch he had, the butt catch when he fell on his butt, stayed in bounds. That play is usually incomplete because when you fall down, you drop the football because of the impact. Michael Thomas, one thing you cannot say, his hands are still there. He's got the best hands in the league, and seeing that catch and fall down this button, holding on to that football, I was like, yeah, he's back on that aspect, the catching wise, right? Now he's still not Mr. Explosive. He'll never be that guy to go 20 yards, a three-set route tree. He's not that kind of guy. He's a two-set route tree, slants, hard cut in, hard cut out, that kind of guy, right? But he's dominant at that. So, like you said earlier, they called him a slant boy. They wanted to, talk crap about him, but he makes it work, and you can't stop it when he's on fire. Look, we're spoiled. Let's keep it real. Saints fans were spoiled. Drew Brees was with us for 15 plus years. We were spoiled because Drew Brees is the most accurate quarterback in NFL history. All right. So we have to understand when you bring in a Jameis Winston, you bring in a Trevor Simeon and an Andy Dalton and a Taysom Hill at quarterback at some point in time, and then Derek Carr, it's not going to be as prolific as Drew Brees. It just will not. But we still have to make the plays happen when they're there. Because, like I said, it's an issue because there's more than one problem. The receivers, I have no issues, right? Only chemistry. That between them and the quarterback, that's easily fixable. The O line, Carr time, and Carr has got to stop freezing up in traffic. And he had those issues in Oakland slash Vegas as well, where traffic comes in and he kind of gets, I'm not going to say scared, but he gets a little timid, a little shy. He's always had that issue. But if you give him a slim chance of protection, he is going to eat. Olave is a beast. We know that, and it's great to have playmakers out there because a lot of teams, like the Packers, they don't have those playmakers, right? So when you get into a tight game against Atlanta, they did in week 2 and they lost 25-24, right? You didn't have the playmakers where you could just throw it down the field to a Shaheed or to Olave. I mean, these guys are making those plays happen, and we are struggling badly for about 2 quarters of the game. The third quarter, fourth quarter, all of a sudden now, it just takes one play. We have those playmakers on this team for the
Yeah,
receiver core. We have them. We have them. I'm not worried about our receivers. I love what we see right now. So our receivers are they're going to dominate once Carr and their O line starts to dominate. I have no issue because man, coverage to get out of it. Remember what was it? The Drew Brees days, pretty much, man. Besides Michael Thomas, there was no one that can really beat man-to-man coverage. Uh,
yeah. I mean, the
2019,
only person that I remember was I wouldn't say they could beat man-to-man coverage, but like they was a speedster, and it was at the end of his career. Remember Ted Ginn Jr. from the
Oh,
Panthers when
yeah,
he
yeah,
came
yeah,
over.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
the only guy that you seen
Right,
beating people down the
right.
field. But other than that,
And
the
I
best
mean,
person that we seen was little Deontay, man. But then he kept
yeah,
getting hurt, and now he's
right.
with the Bills. So like,
So the 21-22, if obviously Marquez Callaway being your best receiver at one point, it's just not going to work. Well, we don't have that issue anymore. We got guys that can beat man-to-man coverage. We got guys that can catch. Mind you, guys, we're like might be the only team out of 48 targets, 0 drops so far, first 2 games from our receiving core. 48 targets, 0 drops. We're catching the football. It's just gotta get there, instead of being sacked on those big downs. If Carr can put it in the vicinity of anyone, we're gonna catch it if it's there for us, right? Um, so I like our receiving core, but it's more of a
mhm.
Derek Carr slash offensive line issue. Once that gets taken care of, our receivers are gonna get open. It's up to Carr to deliver that football to us.
Definitely. And basically I'm gonna touch off of you in a second, but Roy, I had this comment up here for a minute. I said, he said, I'm not Silky Johnson. I'm not a hater. Packers will run up the score though. I did want to answer, to your thing about, I'm glad you're not a hater. All right. By the
Okay.
way, second of all, when you said run up the score though, we'll have to see. All right. And this is the one thing that I'm thinking in my head. We can have no quarterback. We can have a running back at quarterback if you need us to. Shit, we could put the kicker at quarterback. We always find a way to beat these Falcons. Y'all should have beat the Falcons. That's all I can say. Yes, their defense updated. Yes, their defense gotten better. But look at their offense. Yes, I love their running backs. Trio. Well, they didn't have
Right.
their trio. It was basically the duo because the trio was hurt. The other guy was hurt, Patterson. But their duo was good. Okay, good. I'm glad they got a good running game. Yeah, we might not have our running back that we want. But the thing that got me is that y'all looked like y'all was gonna win this, and
Well,
then
here's
y'all blew, and then they
the
started blowing it.
Jordan Love sneak. What's the remember Jordan Love trying to sneak it with the QB sneak and he had a false start because he just tripped over his own
He
foot. Not
fell.
what that was. So that was weird.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
weird.
So I'm saying like I thought they won this game and they choked it and all that, and I said, and I thought to myself like, if you really look at them, yes, they got a good running game, the Falcons, but their receiving core ain't nothing. Drake London, the only really decent receiver. Everybody else is like
Right.
mid, okay, no names. But Drake London, even yeah, he had a touchdown to get y'all 6 catches for 60 yards. That's pretty decent, but just imagine what you're gonna have to deal with a Chris Olave, a Rasheed Shaheed, a Michael Thomas, Jawan Johnson, and by the way, I seen somebody put this in the chat earlier, and I wanted to cover this too. Man, when we get into the red zone, what the heck are we doing, P. Carmichael? Where is Jimmy Graham, the 6'7" guy that you just boxed out in this? He literally showed you when you was in the red zone in the last preseason game. I'm gonna box this dude out and make him look like a little boy to me. And you don't
Right.
even put him in the red zone. And the only time we might have seen him one or twice in the red zone, but it was just the block for a run play, man. Like put him in there for a pass. I'm just body somebody, man. Draw it up. Just put all your big bodies and see what we can do. Um,
Facts. Facts.
Especially when you get pressure, right? If you get pressure a lot, you want to get out quick. Just have those big bodies out there, let them run, and just tell them, "Hey, be ready for a back shoulder pass or something," and just throw it up
Facts.
to them and
Facts.
see if they can catch it. Like it don't make no sense. I seen somebody put that in the chat earlier too, and I kind of remembering what they said. Yeah, put Jimmy Graham in the red zone, man. Use him more, like you said. use more Taysom Hill packages in the red zone. He always finds a way to the end zone. And the one thing that I think I can't wait to see is once you get this healthy, like once you get AK back, once Jamal Williams comes back, man, and we seen it a little bit before Williams got hurt in the Panthers game. We seen the BYU duo, the handoffs, the fakes,
Haha.
and all that.
Yes, yes.
Just wait till we get to the red zone again, and you actually have the Taysom Hill package. And this is one of my plays that I thought about the other night when I thought about this. I said, just wait till Jamal Williams comes back, right? I said, you don't even have AK in the game on this, red zone. I said, so you got Taysom Hill line up at quarterback. You got Jamal Williams next to him. You got the running back, the BYU duo, basically quarterback and running back right here. So you
Mhm.
saying, okay, are they going to hand it off to the touchdown leading machine guy that scored 17 touchdowns, or is it going to be the fake and I'm gonna run it myself type of quarterback that Taysom Hill always does and finds the end zone as well, or is it going to be the tight end named Jawan Johnson that's lined up to the left? Is it going to be the tight end Jimmy Graham, who's lined up to the right? Or is it Michael Thomas that they're gonna go to? There's
Right,
so
right.
many big. You got so many big bodies on this team, and you got so
Uh-huh.
many people that are used to being called the red zone people. Like everybody was hating on Jamal Williams. Yeah, cool. We got 1,000 rushing yards. Cool. We got 17 touchdowns, but our 17 came inside the 5. Okay, that's the red zone. So when we get to the red zone, we know to give it to Jamal Williams. Well, Taysom Hill always finds himself in the end zone when you give it to him in the red zone. Okay, so that's 2. And we know when we get to the red zone, what was Jimmy Graham famous for his whole career? Just bodying somebody in the red zone. Michael
Yep.
Thomas, one-on-one coverage. He can body you and go up for it. Like I said, there's so many things we can do in the red zone this year.
I
We
just
just
want to
haven't
see
seen
it.
it.
It
We
just
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 haven't seen it.
yeah, just do it. Just try it.
Do it.
Just try it, man. And spread them out wide and just throw the fade route and just let them box up and just try it. Right, and that's an easy way. That's not an O line slash quarterback. No. It's a quick got it 2 3 step drop. Throw it. It's nothing to think about. Right, you just throw it up there. Try it. We haven't tried it yet. So, and I think as time goes, hopefully we get our stuff together. Obviously, it's about getting to the red zone first or getting to the goal line, which we're getting better at that as these games go by. I got a feeling our defense is going to put us in some really good situations. Uh,
Definitely,
you know,
definitely the defenses, and that's the one thing. Like I was hearing some Packers people on the Pro Media Network earlier talking to those 17, and I heard them saying like, "Yeah, I understand, man. Y'all got the weapons, bro, but I haven't seen it." And I totally agree with them. I gotta see it, right?
right,
Yeah, we seen Jordan Love in them scored 2 or 3 touchdowns in their season opener against the Bears. I mean, a team that don't have a defense. That the Bears about a year or two ago were known for their defense. They got rid of everybody they want to pay them, and they knew, and now their defense is just straight up trash, injured, nothing. So that's who y'all scored on. Those 3 touchdowns. Then y'all came and played a okay defense in the Falcons and couldn't even beat them. But you was telling me like it's like I don't know if you watched my live last week when I had the special guest, the Panthers, right? The Black Cat Panther podcast. Shout out to Q and the goat over there on that channel, man. But they were talking some hard ass smack, saying like asking Ross Jackson, because Ross Jackson came on too, and he was like, so what y'all? So he's like, so what are you thinking? Like, you think y'all gonna be okay? Because I mean, we got Brian Burns, man, we got Louis, man, we got Derek Brown, we got all this pressure, We're gonna put on Derek Carr, and once you pressure him, he's throwing picks and this and that, like. But they didn't question themselves, I don't think, about our defense pressuring Bryce Young. Like they got to do the same shit. So like it's the same thing with the Packers, right? We got to see it happen. We only seen it one time, and that was
right.
against a really shitty defense. I said, this is a really good defense you're going against. Plus, you're gonna be missing your left tackle and your left guard. So we got a really good chance of making an impact this weekend, especially with the defense and seeing what Jordan Love really made of if he does get pressure a lot. Like we said, we don't know if Aaron Jones playing. We don't know if Christian Watson's going to play for them. And if those two don't, man, that's 2 key players for Jordan Love, and that could have been a main factor. And those two could have helped them win last weekend, to be honest
Right,
with you, against the
right.
Falcons. So like we just got to see. We just got to wait till Sunday. But I guess since we talked about everybody, we talked about basically our receivers. We talked a little bit about tight ends, aka Taysom Hill, Jawan Johnson, Jimmy Graham, and all them. We need to use some more of those in the red zones. Um, what will be your prediction for Sunday? And not I'm gonna get your predict. Well, you know what I like. Let's get our prediction last. What will be your key to victories? So tell everybody what are your keys to the victory?
Oh, well, keys to victory is pretty much all in offense. I know what to expect from our defense. I know that going into a hostile environment in Green Bay, like I said, Jordan Love's first home game as the starter, as the man for Green Bay, right? They're gonna be rock and rolling. But like I said, we had that same thing just this past Monday. It was Bryce Young's debut as the man for Carolina, right? So, and usually those things can kind of spark a team to victory, right? We shut it down real quick. We let them know, hey, brother, this is not the SEC. It was a Jordan Love. Welcome to playing against New Orleans. This is what Aaron Rodgers had to go through his last couple years playing us, right? I mean, remember
I just noticed that
we
too.
beat the crap out of them in Jacksonville with Jameis Winston just a couple years ago. Like we know what to do against this Green Bay Packers team, right? So all I'm saying is our it's the offense, the O line, right? Our O line's gotta protect. I'm talking from Trevor Penning to to Reed, Cesar Ruiz to Ryan Ramczyk. We gotta get it all. We gotta get it right. We gotta get it. If we can give Cards a little bit of time, and I feel like this road trip we're taking, I feel like it's going to be special because we're from Carolina to now Green Bay. Like I said, the kumbaya, you getting your feels, and everyone kind of loves each other. And I feel like this is going to be a progression every from week to week. A progression. We scored 16 points. We scored 20 points. Hell, we might score 24 points. I know the way it's looking. But honestly, Pete Carmichael, how involved does he get Taysom Hill? That's my
Hmm.
biggest key. How involved is Taysom Hill? Because Taysom Hill,
More.
this, this is the kind of game where I feel like Hill's going to get 15, about 15 touches, 15 to 18 touches, some way, somehow in this game. I feel like it's going to happen in this game. It's got to. I feel like he's the X factor. He's the guy that the Packers have no answer for. Right? We can shut down your O line. We can go ahead and we can make it tough for Derek Carr, but when Hill gets in there, things just get chaotic because it's the what if. We don't know what he's gonna do, especially in that red zone. I like Hill in that red zone area, and look for Hill to get I'm gonna say a 2 touchdown day by Taysom Hill. I'm being real. I think a 2 touchdown day by Taysom Hill, and I feel like he's
Hmm.
gonna break one and he's gonna get one close in, and I feel like it's gonna be a Taysom Hill game. So
I can
that's
see
my
it.
key. How involved does Pete Carmichael get Taysom Hill? Because we know what's the stat if Taysom Hill runs for was it 7 times or more a
Seven
game,
carries for like
7
80
carries.
something yards, 90
But
something yards.
if he touched the ball 7 or 9 times per game, we're like 16-1. Like if he's involved, we win the game. That is about as simple as that gets. The man gets the ball 7 or 8 times per game. We win that football game, right? If he runs it that many times, I feel like we're gonna see that kind of game again, and I feel like we're getting at least 4 or 5 carries out the backfield playing running back by Taysom Hill. I'm just telling y'all that one run I saw him do in that fourth quarter where he had the ball first and goal from like the 6 or 7, and he got like 5 yards off of it, like straight up the middle. Dude is a beast. His strength is crazy. So I feel like Taysom Hill being involved in our O line. Can we have successful second and intermediate plays, right?
Hmm.
Successful third and short plays. Do we run the ball on 3rd and 1? We got to. That's our keys. Look. The defense is fine as long as our offense doesn't put our defense in bad situations. Our defense is going to clamp up and clamp these guys up for sure. So I'm not worried at all about the defense. I mean, being a little cocky, I get it, but the way our defense is, you got to be cocky, man, because I don't see if we, besides us playing a prevent stupid defense against Carolina the last drive. I don't know why we would prevent defense. That prevents you from winning a lot of times. You know, but outside of that, we only let up that one bogus touchdown. Outside of that, we have clamped up every team and call it what you want against Tannehill. And it was just Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill just beat the Chargers. They beat LA Chargers last week 27-24, something like that, right?
Hmm.
And that Chargers team's a good team of offense, right? Who scores points. You got to score points somehow, and Tannehill found a way to win that game. So obviously our defense did something special to make Tannehill look super bad, right? So he had a
Yeah.
bounce back game against the Chargers. I'm just saying, I'm not worried about the defense. My keys to victory is how involved does Pete Carmichael have Taysom Hill, and how successful we are on our second and shorts, third and shorts. That's my issues right there. If we can clean those things up and add in Taysom a lot more, I feel like it'll be a very successful day for New Orleans and hopefully get it up.
Definitely. I can definitely see that, and like I basically agree with you. With your key to victories, how much does Taysom get involved? Do they use him at least like they did against the Panthers? Get him involved more, let him get that 70 to 80 rushing yards for you,
Right.
get the touches. Keep getting those first downs. Like you said, have a big day maybe like we did against Seattle, and basically can that O line hold up? That's all we need to know. Can the O line hold up? And I'm not gonna say can Carr be smart with the ball. He's smart with the ball. Trust me. It's just when you got so much pressure on you and you got people coming in less than 2 seconds. Literally he's got 2.4 seconds to pass right now. That's pretty bad. So it's definitely hard. By the way, I got this comment up here. Sicky Johnson, don't act like like we're not that smart over here. With the Who That Nation. I know you're the Ray Munson guy over there. 'Cause remember you said I'm not a Silky Johnson. I'm not a hater like that. And next thing you know, Ray Munson disappeared, and we got a Silky Johnson up in here talking about the Green Bay franchise
Is that
too.
hate, 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 hate?
And then we
That's
got Bobby, and then we got a Bobby Boucher Jr. up in here supposedly, and it says I heard Hoodie doing a terrible impression of me, so I decided to pop in. I think this is the same person, to be honest
probably
with
the
you.
same.
It's probably like three different people trying to troll up in here.
Hey,
I see what you're
hey,
trying to
hey,
do.
hey, hit the like button, brother. Hit the like button and
Yeah, hit the like
subscribe.
button with all career accounts. With all career
Yep,
accounts.
hit the like. That's all I tell folks. Hey, you want to be all right? That's cool. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. All three accounts in. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Definitely. And I guess
So,
our last thing would be our prediction. What do we think the score is gonna be and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let you go first. What would be your score prediction for this
I tell
game?
you what, if both teams were healthy, I'm not even gonna lie, I would have won the Packers. If Aaron Jones is there, Christian Watson, I mean they're all healthy, right, ready to go. I would have picked the Packers last week, right? But seeing what's going on with their injuries and I'm going New Orleans, man. I still feel like it'll be a tight, contested game. I'm gonna give us. I'm gonna say we win 23-17. New Orleans
Mhm.
23-17. I feel like we're gonna be better game by game. I feel like this is the week. I feel like this week 3 is gonna be a special kind of week when it comes down to how we one take care of the football, but two how we I can say dominate, but things are going to seem a lot better when it comes down to our chemistry. And once that chemistry is there, I mean, sky's the limit for this New Orleans Saints team. So I'm going 23-17, a close game. I'm not even going to lie, it's still going to be close because we're just New Orleans Saints and all our games are close, pretty much. You know, but I'm going Saints 23-17. But if you asked me last week, I would have said Packers probably 20
I
to
don't think you would have said that. If you would have said it week one, last week they didn't have Jones or Watson,
right,
so
right, 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 right. Week 1. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
yeah,
So before the Aaron Jones injury, right? I would have said if they were healthy, yeah, I would have said yeah. Packers probably beat us 20-17. Is in Green Bay, but no, just the way things are looking right now, and the more I think about their offense against our defense, I'm like, especially if there's no Aaron Jones. I don't trust Dylan at all. I don't know. I don't care. Dylan can't get past the line of scrimmage against our team. He just won't be able to. He can't get past the linebackers. His longest run might go for the game might be 7 yards. Right. I'm just throwing it out there. Right. The dude is just not. He's thunder and lightning for Aaron Jones. He's not just thunder by himself. He's just not going to work out. We saw last week against Atlanta where he wasn't utilized per se because of the issues of him just being a bigger, slower back. But I don't see how their offense can put up more than 17 points on us. And mind you,
definitely.
guys, we've had how many games it is now? 10 in a
Two.
row or 11 in a
Oh,
row?
10, yeah, 11 in a row, I
11
think
in a
now.
row. 11 in a row. We've held opponents 20 or under.
Yeah,
I mean, that is crazy. That's crazy good. I
yeah,
didn't
and
even
one
I
of
didn't
those
even know,
teams.
honestly. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew our defense in well, but our offense was so trash. I didn't even think about the defense. And then after seeing that stat, I was like, "Yo, it's a true stat. We don't give up more than
Yeah,
20, man." So I don't see how the Packers score more than 17 points in this game, and I think we scored 20. I think we get back to basics, run football, and be smart, Carmichael. That's all it is, man. Your second and shorts, third and shorts. What's the play call? Are they run calls? I like the run call in this game. So
And remember, one of those teams that we held to those points last year was the 49ers and the Eagles. Remember that.
facts, facts, facts. Oh
Remember
yes, you're
that.
right.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Eagles didn't have Jalen Hurts, but guess what? We didn't have our quarterback as
I
well, and
mean,
we
but
still,
but but the week before, Gardner Minshew had tore it up.
yeah.
The week
So
before, yeah, he had
So
tore
we got
it
to
up.
see. So we just got to see. Our defense is going to continue to hold people under 20. But let me give y'all my prediction,
Here
okay?
we go. Let's go.
So my prediction is going to be Saints to 27 points, and we're going to have Green Bay at 17. We're going to win by 10. And the reason why I say this, and a lot of people are like, what the hell, Drew? The offense ain't clicking, man. But guess what? This is how I see it so far. Number one, O line, week one, allowed 45% pressure. So almost half of the dropbacks, and we scored one touchdown that game, right? And we won by 1 point, 16-15. Next week, we played the Panthers, and what happened? We got more pressure again. We got sacked the same amount of times, but guess what we did? We found the end zone twice. We won 20-17, but it really was 20-9. But like I said, we basically let them score at the end because we were playing safe, led it back. It was basically just a trashy time touchdown for them, whoopie doo. So we was winning like that. Second of all, it's gonna be the third game now. We went from one touchdown to two touchdowns, and I think this game we can add a third touchdown because the chemistry is gonna get a little bit better. I think the pass rush can get the pass protection can get a little bit better, and I think Kendre Miller is going to have a nice debut for us because he wants to show everybody who he is. While the two running backs are out, I think we're going to, like you said, see a lot of Taysom Hill. And I think we're going to find the end zone three times instead of two. And I think we're going to get at least two field goals for Blake Grigsby. So that's why I say about
Let's get it.
27-17.
Let's get it. I hope so, man. I tell you what, I just feel like it's not. Both these teams aren't built to blow anybody out right now. Right now, I mean, talk about the chemistry wise, and Saints being on the road. If this was a home game, I'd have felt more about a quote unquote blowout maybe. But the Saints being on the road, Packers with their injuries just piling up like crazy from every aspect of offense and defense. Right. We'll see. We'll see. But I feel like it'll be a very competitive game by both squads. And, obviously I won't be shocked that the Packers do win. But I feel like I just can't see how they score over 17 points. I can't see that. I just cannot right now. I have to see it to believe it. And right now, if our offense can just score 18 points or more in this particular game, I feel like we're going to win this game. And so,
Definitely. I could definitely see the same thing. By the way, just to go over it with everybody again, um, like I said, I want to thank everybody who subscribed tonight as well. Just to let everybody know, we at 1650 now, so we at 1.65. So we gained a few subs, and I think we gained 3 or 4. So if y'all are new to the channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. By the way, if you're over there on the Pro Media Network watching, come over here to the Hoodie Jube. Hit that subscribe button for your boy because my birthday is tomorrow. So that would be the least y'all can do for me, at least to help me out with my birthday. Give me some subscribers, hit the like button, share it out to everybody. Tell them it's this guy's birthday. Be nice and go subscribe for me. Also, we did have five, y'all, five. Like I said, I'm so mad that it didn't alert me in the chat, but we got 5 new members, y'all. And like I told y'all earlier, memberships, or I got 3 memberships. One of them is literally called the Hoodie Juice, and you just want to become a family, and it's literally just $1. It's 99 cents,
awesome.
$1. That's affordable for anybody. That's why I try to do that for everybody. I did $1.99, which was just a $2 one, which is a big one, which is the Who Dat Nation one, and then you got the Bleed Black and Gold into your Dead and Cold one, which is the $5 one, which is the 4.99, which is the max one. So like I said, if y'all would love to, come hit that member. And like I said, we're having these giveaways. This is a cup. Just in case y'all missed it earlier, this is the cup for the members to try to win. Like I said, we only got 12 members, so you got 1 out of 12 chances to win as a member. And like I said, memberships are literally low as 99 cents. So 99 cents, and you have a chance to win a big cup like this, a nice size cup. And also for our subscribers, which means you're a member as well. So it means you got a second chance at winning. But these are for subscribers only. Like I said, so everybody that's subscribed, you got a chance to win the cup. And as our channel continues to grow, as we get more Green Bay Packer fans like Roy Marson, or he's just a troll, whatever he is, but whenever we get more people like him, and we get, like Demetrius Thomas, I think his name was, that's a Falcons fan, as we get more y'all in here, I talked to the lady that makes that cup. I told her I want to buy some, stuff that they use for the material to make these cups and make everybody's teams, to where, like, let's say we play the Packers like this weekend. I'll have a giveaway for my fans, and whoever's a subscriber to my channel that's a Green Bay fan can have a chance to win a Green Bay Cup. I just want to start doing that and do a lot of giveaways to everybody
Man, that's
on the channel. I want to get back into doing that again. So thank y'all again for, like I said, for being here tonight. We had over 70 something people in here at once, from both channels combined, watching. So I want to appreciate everybody for that. Thank you everybody that came in here tonight and gave me birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm 28 years old, man, getting old, man. 2 more years, I'm being that 30,
hey,
man. I'm getting old.
ain't nothing wrong with 30-30 around here, baby.
Yeah, they not wrong with 30-30, right? Jameis is still here, my boy. 30 for 30, and he's still here. So, like, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But I want to thank y'all for that. Make sure y'all go hit the subscribe button, like I said, on my side. By the way, if you are new to the Pro Media Network side, go to their side as well. As we thank Big Q, for him. And also, he has memberships as well. If y'all want to purchase a membership under Big Q, who gives you, we call him the Saints Godfather YouTuber. He's basically the Godfather of the Saints with his channel. So I want to thank y'all for that. So, like I said, if y'all want to hit the subscribe button for your boy for his birthday. Also, if you want to give me a little gift, we do have the memberships to purchase that as well. And also, I'm gonna hang it over and hand it over to my boy UST, uneducated, and let them know, man, how they can find you and what you do on your channel.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. My name is Carlos Clay. This is my co-host PJ. She's been very quiet today, y'all. But yo, we do live commentary and play-by-play reaction on my channel, Uneducated Sports Talk on YouTube. Check it out, man. On our road to 3,000 subscribers, you guys. Just want to thank Hoodie for having me on the show, man. And I want to thank y'all for just being a great audience as well, great chat, man. On the Pro Media Sports side, and of course Hoodie Juby side as well, man. Subscribe to both those channels, man. Hit that like button. Come check out Uneducated Sports Talk. Subscribe to the channel. If you guys love what you see, man. We do live commentary for baseball, basketball, football, college as well. We got it all, man. Hockey. We do it all around there, man. So much love to y'all, man. And I just want to thank y'all. Very honored to be on tonight's stream with Hoodie, man. That's my guy, y'all. Show him some
Yeah.
love. Happy birthday to my guy, man. Send him some money, man.
Yeah, send some super chats
Send
or
some
or
chats, man.
matter of fact, I love super chats. Okay, because those are like one of the first things that I unlock. But guess what? For me, having a membership, man, all I ask is just set a membership. Because look, let's say you bought a $20 super chat for me for my birthday. That's really nice of you and all that. But guess what? If you just bought a dollar 99 cents membership, you're a member. You got a chance to win giveaways 2 times instead of once. And it's just $1 a month. That means you can be subscribed for 20 months and then you can unsubscribe if you didn't want to be a member. But I don't think you're going to want to unsubscribe because there's so many more giveaways. We got so many more cups
Right.
coming. We're going to have jerseys more probably. We're going to have hoodie Jew merch. We're going to be giving away. So I'm saying it's going to be so much stuff. So I'm saying I don't think y'all want to miss out. So like I said, if y'all want to do a little small thing like that for my birthday, I appreciate it for everybody that became a member tonight. Everybody that became new subs to the channel as well. But with that being said, everybody, thanks again. And I'm gonna try to catch y'all again probably Sunday. I believe the game's for 12 noon, and I don't go to work to 3 o'clock that day, so I can watch some of it with y'all. So maybe I can do a little part-time stream with it. So I just want to thank y'all for that. Hopefully to see y'all again Sunday. And you gonna be streaming the game? Watch party
No,
for you?
oh no, I'm not streaming that game. I did Monday night Saints and Panthers. You know me, I don't like to stream the Saints game too much, man. I get a little nervous, man. So I think that particular day I'm gonna do the 3 o'clock game, whatever it is. We'll find out. But I'm gonna sit back comfortable watching the Saints play for this week.
Gotcha. And look who it is, Miss Megan. Last minute, she said, "Hey boys from the Bears and I, Hoodie Juice." She said, "Happy birthday." So thank you, Miss Megan, for saying happy birthday.
Hey, see you. Uh, But yeah, and long story short, her name is PJ. Long story short, man, her name is PJ, short for Phyllis Jr. She has the same name as her mom. Long story short, man, the night my mom passed away, I found her in my mom's closet. It was crazy, and it just all linked in from that, man. So she is the star of the show on my channel. You guys come check out Educated Sports. Like I said, man, hit that subscribe button. Show some love, man. And of course, like I said, subscribe to that guy, Hoodie, man. That's my dude, bro. That's my dude.
Yeah.
Subscribe
Oh,
to him, man. And shout out to Big Q for getting guys like Hoodie on his wonderful platform, man. And yeah, man, I'm just happy for you guys, man. Who that nation, y'all? We 2-0, baby. We 2-0. Let's make it 3-0 on Sunday, y'all, with a big win
Yep.
over the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, just like Dennis Allen said in the locker room after that win. He said, "Look, the win wasn't pretty." He said, "But a win's a win. It's hard to win this league." And he said, "We're gonna move on." He said, "We're gonna party and listen and crank that music in a second and party." He said, "Probably for less than 24 hours because we got a short week, so we gotta, get to work tomorrow." He said, "But." He said, let's enjoy this win. And he said, we're not going to look ahead of us. We're not going to look behind us. We're going to look at what's straight in front of us. And that's to keep stacking wins. That's right in front of us. I said, oh, I love that saying, right? So stack and this focus what's in front of you, not behind you, not what's in front of you. Focus just in what's in front of you and keep stacking wins like we did. So that was one thing. And there was something that I was literally going, oh, the thing I wanted to tell you, I'm a little jealous, okay, because you got a show every damn Tuesday night with an Eagles guy, but we've been bros for long, and we don't even have our own weekly show. What kind of crap is this? You do it with an Eagles fan, but not with me.
Wait, I'm a diehard Saints fan, but my show is uneducated sports talk. I got to talk about everything.
Okay, we can have our one night show. I can talk too. I can wear something else. I can wear a Packers a shirt just like Roy Musson. Roy Musson in here being different people, so I can be different
All
people too.
right. Hey, we'll have to get you on one day, though, brother, for real.
Hey, for real though, since you're a Saints fan, we might as well do our weekly Saints get together and do it on both of our shows. We'll
That's
take
cool
turns
with
going to
me.
your show, and my show. We'll just do our little weekly thing, man.
That's cool with
Um,
me, brother.
and I'll let you know when I'm free.
Yes, sir.
I'm usually off Mondays and Thursdays, but that's usually the football games you stream. But we can always try to find maybe the weekends, like in the morning or
Oh
something.
yeah. Oh, no doubt. The weekends for sure. We can make something happen. Make something shake. Yeah.
But thanks again for coming on. Like I said, everybody, make sure y'all go subscribe to my channel if y'all ain't. Subscribe to the Pro Media Network for Big Q for letting us use this platform. So make sure you subscribe to him. And also make sure you subscribe to Uneducated Sports Talk and go watch his commentary, one of the best commentary out there. Plus you got PJ right there. Like who can't, who doesn't want to watch PJ and
Yeah.
Carlos on that show, man. It's so much fun. But with that being said, hope to catch everybody Sunday morning before I go to work and we can watch some of the game together. If not, I'll catch y'all Monday probably because that's probably gonna be the next day I'm off, and we can do a recap preview on everything. But with that being said, I love y'all. Thank y'all for the birthday wishes. I can't wait for midnight to hear all my phone dingling and ringing. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Because I probably won't be able to sleep tonight because everybody's gonna say that. But Carlos, help me out. We always tell everybody who what?
Who that?
Who
Who
that?
that?
You heard him.
Who
Who
that
that?
say gonna beat them Saints? Let's get it,
Who
man.
that? We out of here, man.
Who that to y'all?